It has been a spectacular Labor Day weekend here in Cleveland. We've been entertained by the air show, but the Indians offense, well, they have had a hard time getting off the ground. 3 runs or less 3 times in the last 5 games. 5 times in the last 10 games. They've dropped 7 of their last 11. Maybe they can plot a new course and sail off into the wild blue yonder as they welcome in the Kansas City Royals here this afternoon. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. All right, offensively, we know they're in a funk. Francisco Lindor, he drives the bus. He was 0 for his last 18, singled his last time up yesterday. Maybe that gets him going, especially against a familiar foe.
Well, Jake Junis, he has had his number this year. He is 6 for 10 against him, and he's hit the ball all over the field. 3 homers, a couple of doubles, so he's got to feel good. And he's the one, as you say, he drives the bus, and he's going to get him going today. You certainly hope so. But it just hasn't been Francisco Lindor when it comes to Indians going up against the Kansas City Royals. You can see Michael Brantley is 300 average, a couple home runs, 14 RBIs. Yan Gomes has had a nice year overall, and he has 3 homers and 9 RBIs. And they are 4-2 against the Royals in Cleveland, 4-2 against them in Kansas City as well.
Royals' only loss in their last 8 games was that 12-run drubbing they took at the hands of the Indians. 12-5 was the final score in Kansas City. So the Royals come in red hot. We'll see what the Indians can do here this afternoon. We'll be back with the play-by-play coming up. Alan Jensen have the showstopper, and we'll check in with Andre Knott straight ahead. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But WB Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians, and by Cleveland Clinic Express Care online. Tap the app for 24/7 virtual visits.
Series here. The Indians will finish out their homestand on Wednesday, hit the road after that, but they'll see what they can do here against their American League Central foes. Welcome back to center field along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski. It's time for our showstopper, and we head to the National League and Javi Baez, who last night 30 homers, 100 RBI now. Jensen, definitely an MVP candidate for the Chicago Cubs, who are on a roll.
Third player in Cubs history with 30 or more homers, 100 or more RBIs, and 20 or more stolen bases, right behind Ryan Sandberg and Sammy Sosa. Cubs Cubs, they trail the Milwaukee Brewers currently 2-1 deep in that one, but they have really been able to finally get a stranglehold atop the Central.
There it is.
It is now 5 games they have a lead over the Brewers. Critical series for the Brew Crew to have any chance to get back in the Central race.
Yeah, the Brewers in St. Louis, are they going for the wild card? Well, a couple of teams in the West are too, because there's 3 teams at the top there. So it's definitely an interesting race that keeps getting a little bit more interesting in the National League. Matt Underwood and Rick Manning have the call on today's game. And Matt, I don't know if the National League is ever going to become uninteresting, at least this season.
No, it's going to go right to the wire, especially Al, when you look at that wild card race, forget about it. You got so many teams, and when you look at how the schedules potentially could play out, you could easily have 4 or 5 more teams tied in that jumbled up mess for the wild card. It's going to be really interesting to watch.
It should be. It should go down to the wire, as you say.
All right, the Indians and the Royals, though. Kansas City comes in. They're hot. They've won 5 in a row, 7 out of 8. Adam Plutko's on the hill. He'll be charged with trying to slow him down. He has managed to slow one of the hottest players in baseball down off the field. Andre Knott has more on that.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yes, competition is big for the Indians, not just on the field, but off the field as well. We've told you throughout the last few weeks that Jose Ramirez has claimed and has shown that he's the Mario Kart champion of the world. Well, Adam Plutko has found a way to slow him down, and tonight he tells you exactly how he goes about doing that.
Fun game right behind you, and you seem to be one of the only people that can beat Jose in it. Why is that? There's a T-shirt out. I might have to get one for you now.
Yeah, I told Jose I wanted one because he's got one. I wouldn't say he's a lot better than me. I'll say that. I get lucky sometimes and have good days and catch a win every now and again. So it's fun, and it takes up a little bit of time. So that's the extent of it, really.
It's the extent of it. But you explained it to me very well the other night. It's a little bit like pitching to him to beat him, right?
Yeah, you got to beat him 3 out of 4 races. There's 4 total matchups. He's gonna win Koopa Troopa Beach. So you gotta beat him on the other 3: the Mario Speedway, I think Luigi Speedway, Moo Moo Farm, and then the one with the train rolling through. You gotta beat him on those 3. If you don't beat him on those 3, he's gonna win.
He's got his strategy down pat, doesn't he?
Well, you have to have one going against him. Do you know what he's talking about there?
No,
have you ever
no
played
idea.
it?
No.
Okay, no, I haven't either.
But you know what? Anything to keep you loose in the clubhouse. I mean, all clubhouses have things like that. You go back to the mid-'90s. Remember they had the ping pong table. They still have a ping pong table in the clubhouse.
Yeah, distractions.
Yeah, just something to do to keep your mind away from baseball for a few minutes a day. Not a bad thing. Adam Plutko's been a very good competitive pitcher when he goes out there for the Indians. Not overpowering stuff, but he'll move it around, he'll locate, and he'll try to keep his team in the game. That's his job. He understands it very well, and he's done a good job of that. Let's take a look at our storylines brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Whit Merrifield is on fire. 6 multi-hit games in his last 7. He has 36 two-hit games on the year. And for the Indians, Edwin Encarnacion, well, he's got a hot bat going right now, and he's in the lineup batting cleanup this afternoon for the Indians.
All right, time now to take a look at Adam Plutko. He will be the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Indians this afternoon. 26 years old, making his 10th career start. He has never pitched against the Kansas City Royals, but he has a 2-1 record in 4 starts against the AL Central this year. And he's 3-1 in his home ballpark this year. So Adam's going to go out there and try and slow this team that's playing very well down today.
And that starting lineup for Ned Yost looks like this. Whit Merrifield in the leadoff spot. Alex Gordon will hit second. Hunter Dozier batting third. Ryan O'Hearn in the cleanup spot. Jorge Bonifacio bats fifth. Brian Goodwin hitting sixth. Adalberto Mondesi will bat seventh. Alcides Escobar is eighth. And the catcher Cam Gallagher batting ninth.
Defensively for the Indians, brought to you by Ram, it'll look like this. Brantley in left, Allen in center, Cabrera over in right. It'll be Ramirez and Lindor on the left side of the infield, Kipnis and Alonso on the right side with Yan Gomes back in there doing the catching.
Doug Eddings has the plate. Crew chief Joe West at first. Marty Foster at second. Mark Ripperger at third. And so we're just about ready to go under mostly sunny skies, a few clouds overhead, 85 degrees. It's warm, it is humid as the Cleveland Air Show winds down on this Labor Day. Blue Angels gave us a flyover just prior to our returning to the air. That's always a thrill.
Yes, it is. You see them whip by here, it is scary.
Whit Merrifield is 5th overall in batting average in the American League, hitting .312. Adam Plutko will go to work. First pitch fastball, a little high, ball 1. The Indians are 77-59. They lead Minnesota by 14 games in the American League Central Division. They begin the day with a magic number of 13. Kansas City, despite having won 5 in a row and 7 of 8, are 45-91 on the year. And Baltimore now is in sole position of having the worst record in baseball. Swing and a miss, good off speed pitch, and thus the Orioles will have the #1 pick in the draft unless something changes. But now you've got, what, about 5.5 game gap between the Orioles and Kansas City.
Yeah, and they just swept the Baltimore Orioles, so they've distanced themselves.
1-2 is sliced, fouled on the right side, out of play.
Good young player, Whit Merrifield. He is 3rd in the league. He has 162 hits on the season, hitting .312.
He's also moved into a tie for the league lead in stolen bases with 30 now. He and D. Gordon. Jose Ramirez is just 1 off the pace. Plutko's going to take it himself, beat him to the bag. 1 away. Kind of a weird. Merrifield took a circuitous route to the bag as he saw Plutko bearing down. He thought, oh, I don't want to get tangled up in a web of legs and arms here.
Very smart, because if the only thing that could have happened there is if Plutko didn't pick the ball up, you know, where he tried to rush it, maybe bobbled it. But that's smart, staying out of the way of a collision.
1 down for Alex Gordon. Fouled right back. Gordon has picked up the pace, in particular against right-handed pitching. Last 14 games against righties, he's hit .395 with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in. Popped up, foul. Ramirez, no.
Well, it was hard to believe in the last year or two where did Alex Gordon go? Didn't seem like the same guy to us, because we play him in the division. After they spent some time in the World Series, he signed as a free agent. Something happened offensively. Players are looking to see if they can find some planes out there.
The 1-2 to Gordon, and he one-hops it to Kipnis. Long throw, but it's in time. 2 down.
Defense perfectly.
It'll bring up Hunter Dozier. He's serving as the DH. No Salvador Perez. He's out of the lineup. He's been bothered by a sprained left thumb. He has not played since last Tuesday. And you know it's hurting for that guy not to be in the lineup, because he's in there almost every single day. Seems like even if he's not catching, he'll DH.
Oh yeah, exactly. That happened one time when we were there last weekend.
Dozier has hit in 5 straight games, going 9 for 20. And a foul back. Fastball fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Astros lead the Twins 4-1. They're in the 7th inning down in Houston. Now the 2-2. And a fly ball to center field. Greg Allen was playing shallow, racing back and makes the over-the-shoulder catch on the warning track to retire the side. So Greg Allen got his track shoes on today, and he runs it down. The Indians are coming to bat.
Is 7-12, 0-2 this year against the Indians, making his 3rd start, but coming off a complete game against the Detroit Tigers. He went 9 innings, 6 hits, a couple of runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. So he's coming off a very good performance.
Well, here come the Indians to bat. Bottom of the 1st, Francisco Lindor will lead it off. And a low fastball in there for strike 1 from Jacob Junis. Lindor back atop the leaderboard in the American League in runs scored with 111 on the year. 2nd in multiple hit games. He has 51 of those. 2nd in doubles with 40. 5th with 70 extra base hits. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lindor and Edwin Encarnacion both tied for 8th most in home runs with 29 each. Lindor goes down swinging, and his struggles at the plate continue. The rest of Terry Francona's starting lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Michael Brantley, Jose Ramirez in the 2 and 3 spots. Then Edwin Encarnacion batting cleanup, followed by Yonder Alonso. Melky Cabrera red hot batting 6th. Jason Kipnis also swinging a hot bat batting 7th. And Yan Gomes and Greg Allen hitting 9th. Michael Brantley, a line drive snared by Whit Merrifield. That's a heck of a play by Merrifield. That ball was scorched by Brantley. And there are 2 down in the 1st.
Yeah, I don't know how much harder you can hit it. He caught himself a 4-seam fastball. Merrifield took 1-2 steps, and I mean, he was on his belly, but made a nice catch. That ball was hit as hard as he could hit it.
Well, I mean, when you talk about how hard Brantley can hit a baseball, we've seen many of his line drives in excess of 100 miles an hour off the bat. So when he barrels them up, very rarely are they flared, especially when he pulls a ball like that.
Yeah, that one was 103.5.
Jose Ramirez quickly in the hole. Jacob Junis coming out. He's throwing strikes, 6 out of 7 to start the game.
Boy, he works quickly too.
Breaking ball down low. Cam Gallagher puts the fingers down. Junis says nope. Let's try a different one. I'll tell him, okay, that one works. Right back to him. 1, 2, 3 go the Indians. No score after 1.
The Indians remind you that you're responsible.
Day of leisurely activities before the young ones have to head back to school. Ryan O'Hearn will lead off for Kansas City. He's gone 4 for 10 against Cleveland pitching in that series that these two completed in Kansas City just recently. 1 pitch, 1 out for Pletko here in the second. Stat of the game brought to you by Buick. The Indians have not lost a season series against an AL Central opponent since 2015. How do you like that? Wow.
Well, they played, I know they played great here against the Central all year long. 23-6 against divisional foes.
And the only team that really has given them problems this year was Minnesota. Indians won 10, lost 9 against the Twins.
And they had to work hard to get back there because Minnesota took the early lead.
Early on, they beat them up.
They sure did.
Jorge Bonifacio has hit in 5 straight games. Bonifacio was suspended for the first 80 games this year for PEDs. Came back, hit just .210 in the month of July. But since August 8th, he's batted .327.
But only has 1 home run on the year, you know, since coming back, even though he did miss half the time.
What was that?
He has 2.
That's what I thought you said.
Yes.
2 home runs for Jorge Bonifacio, and the Royals have a 1-0 lead. Adam Pletko, that's the 14th home run he's allowed in 59 innings of work.
Kansas City will take an early lead. Let's check it out on a Nissan pitcher tracker fastball, man, right there. You cannot throw that pitch there to anybody because that's what happens to it. Straight fastball, middle third of that plate going in, and he got the head out. First hit of the ball game, and it leaves the ballpark.
And it brings up Brian Goodwin. Goodwin was acquired in a trade before the deadline from the Washington Nationals. He's a speed guy. And since coming to Kansas City, he's 11 for 25. So that's good news. Because when you have a guy who's fast, you want him to be able to get on base.
True. Most of the people I've played against or watched playing this game with the name Goodwin have always been speed guys.
Funny how that works.
It really has. Always been able to run the bases and steal bases.
The 0-2. Down and in. Big bouncer to first base, and Alonso will take it himself. 2 down.
Well, MLB At Bat is the #1 Indians app. You can catch every moment with Indians home screen icons and features like the MLB TV Game of the Day, in-game highlights, news, live radio broadcasts, and much more. Download the MLB At Bat app today.
Adalberto Mondesi with 2 away and the base is empty. Low and away, ball 1. Mondesi on his last road trip was just 1 for 12. Then went home and went 8 for 22 on the homestand. This is a trip for Kansas City. They'll play 3 here and then go to Minnesota for 3 and head right back home. The 1-1. It's fair. Down the line, into the corner it goes. Mondesi can run. He's on his way to second base. He's got at least 2, and he will hold there with a 2-out double. His 9th on the year.
Well, if you're going to throw an off-speed pitch, you cannot keep it upstairs because you're speeding up his bat. And he left it up and away, and that speeds it up, and it's down the line. You're not playing him to pull. But that pitch there was a mistake pitch. He drills it in the corner. With his speed, I thought he might be on third base because he can run. But he cruised into second with 2 out, wanted to make sure he's still in scoring position, but keeps the inning going.
I think maybe the Royals watched the highlights last night on the late news and saw Melky Cabrera's throw to third base.
They know Cabrera in Kansas City. Yes, they do.
Alcides Escobar, the batter, with 2 down and a runner at second. And a swing and a miss. Escobar has seen his playing time really dwindle because not anything he did, but the Royals want to get a look at their younger players. He started yesterday. It was his first start in 5 days. That must seem like a month for him because this is a guy who routinely played every single day. 421 consecutive games he played until July 7th of this year.
Well, they signed him as a free agent just to 1 year, just for protection. And you know what? They probably will not re-sign him again. And Mondesi's taking over now, so I'm sure he understands. But he has been a trooper since he has been a Kansas City Royal.
I have a feeling that years down the road, maybe 10, 15, 20 years, he'll be one of those players that is more appreciated as time goes on.
Yeah.
By the fans of Kansas City, I mean. You know, won a world championship, steady, rock solid, everyday guy.
Right.
Not flashy, not a superstar, but man, dependable.
You know, defensively #1.
Swung out and missed. Adam Pletko strikes him out to retire the side, but Jorge Bonifacio's home run has Kansas City on top, 1-0. Cleveland down 1-0. Edwin Encarnacion will lead off for the Indians. Jacob Junis, a 1-2-3 first. And a low and away ball 1. Well, the Royals, for some reason, have had Edwin's number this year. He is just 7 for 45 against Kansas City pitching. Grounded foul, third base side.
Well, you said the same thing when we were in Kansas City last time with Kipnis. What was he, 1 for 32 before he had a 4 for 5 day?
Right.
So, you know, they
broke loose in that final game.
Yes.
Tried to shoot for the outside corner. It's low. 2-1. Edwin tied with Lindor, 8th in the American League in home runs with 29. He is 4th in the league in runs batted in with 92.
Well, Junis, you know, he went on the disabled list August 3rd. That was right after the start against Cleveland, where he had his 7th consecutive loss. He had some back issues, and ever since coming back, he's been pitching very well.
And a foul off to the right.
His last 5 games started. He's only allowed 1 home run in 31 innings pitched. Now, he had 26 going into that. He's 3rd in the league in homers allowed with 27. But if he keeps the ball in the ballpark, he's got a very nice record, and his ERA is much slower. You figure it would be.
Yanked foul. Another ball ripped foul down the left side. He's getting closer.
Did you see him shake that hand? That must have hurt. That top hand, he's trying to get some feeling back in there. I don't know if he hit it off the end or something happened to it. Watch his front hand.
Yeah,
come off the bat. And it looked like it was off the end, and he felt it. It was like grabbing a beehive.
Pops this one up right side. Playable, it looks like, for O'Hearn. Now it's drifting on him, and he makes the catch, leaning over the railing for out number 1.
Let's check out the Royals defense this afternoon. In the outfield, it's Gordon in left, Goodwin in center, Bonifacio over and right. On the infield, Escobar is at third, Mondesi at short, Merrifield at second, O'Hearn is at first, and Gallagher doing the catching.
Up comes Yonder Alonso. All right, here's an odd one for you. So Alonso this year, you look at his home run splits, 11 on the road, 11 at home, 50-50. But batting average, 266 on the road and only 219 at home. Hard to figure. 2 down to Andre.
I just got a quick question. I've heard this for years. Arch, have you ever truly grabbed a beehive to know what it feels like?
Yes.
When?
A couple times. When I was out, I got attacked. I had no other choice.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever stick your finger in a socket?
No, yeah, well, once or twice.
Same thing.
Okay. I was just curious. I've heard it for years. I'm like, who the heck has ever grabbed a beehive?
Now you believe I have?
Nah, knowing you and your past, maybe.
I have been around and been stung by a lot of bees before, and it doesn't feel good.
No, and I've hit a ball off the end of a bat. That doesn't feel good either.
Got his hand caught in a cookie jar. I don't know about sticking it in a beehive, though.
You got cookies up there, you said?
No, they're all gone. You ate them before the game.
Along with the donuts and everything else.
It's a holiday. Leave me alone.
Right. It truly is.
That is right.
And a happy Labor Day to you.
We're all going on a diet tomorrow. We're getting ready for the playoffs. Here's the 0-2. And it's outside. Melky Cabrera had a good series against the Royals in Kansas City. His old club, he went 4 for 9 with 4 runs scored.
he's been hot. In his last 20 games, he's hitting .369.
The 1-2. Trying to shoot it the other way, and the Indians again go 1-2-3. Through 2, it's Kansas City 1, Cleveland nothing. At Elk and Elk, Josh Donaldson officially put on the disabled list so that he can begin a rehab assignment in the minor leagues and just get some at bats, get going. What did he do today? First game with Columbus, grand salami. Someone tweeted out, rehab assignment over. Well, as you saw there, the move is retroactive to September 1st, so I would imagine, unless something goes haywire, we'll see him September 11th. As soon as that thing is over.
He's got to get out there to throw a little bit and play third base and play back-to-back games and get going. So I would think so. Just I'll have to wait and see how he feels day by day.
Now there is something to consider with all that. Foul right back. September 11th would put the Indians game 2 of the 3-game series in Tampa at the end of this upcoming road trip. So they could potentially wait till the team comes home.
Right.
September 14th would be the next home game after that trip. So just all depends. But the way he spoke yesterday, the way we saw him work out, you and I watched. I mean, as far as passing the eye test, he looked good to us.
Sure.
He's going to, as you said, need to build up some game strength, some game shape, just playing every day.
Yeah, you can't forget that he hasn't played a major league game since the 28th of May. And you know you can go through all the drills and look fine and feel pretty good, but it's not the same when you get between the lines. It's much different. The speed of the game moves up.
3-2 pitch and a line drive base hit into right field for Cam Gallagher, the number 9 hitter in Kansas City's lineup. So first time through, they go 3 for 9 with a home run. This is Donaldson earlier today down at Huntington Park in Columbus. Oppo pop up over the center field wall for the grand slam.
And that's you've seen him hit many out there before. He's got great plate coverage. When you can throw that slider away and he can take it straight away center. That was a good swing.
There's Whit Merrifield, top of the order. Ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by Gomes.
Well done. Really got high on that ball as he knew it was going to bounce up very high to keep the chest protector on it.
A couple things on Donaldson, guys. He will take tomorrow off. Then on Wednesday, he will go to Akron, play in their playoff game and play for them. And then probably on Friday, play for Akron again, as it'll be a game on, day off, game on, day off. And Tito says if everything goes as planned, I'll let you.
You're good. Good.
If everything goes as planned, they probably plan on bringing him back to Tampa for that second game.
Okay.
I think you said September 11th.
Yeah.
That's the date. They said if everything goes in now, he did say now if something changes, if something doesn't feel right, they can change it. But the day he can come off, they plan on having him.
All right.
The other thing you got to remember, though, they got to get Kipnis out to center field. He's going to start taking fly balls there. Hosey's going to start taking balls at second, so they've got to get them ready. But the plan is for September 11th for this all to take off one way or the other. Also, maybe the happiest guy in the clubhouse last few days, Edwin Encarnacion. He's been extremely happy, saying Donaldson can change who they are. And he says not that they need to change very much.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, that's a completely different side story, given that he hasn't played so much. You know, where does he fit in? Where does Tito put him in that order?
Doesn't matter. Put him in it. He'll fit somewhere.
The 1-0. Fastball strike.
Oh, he was dynamic in Toronto when he batted second in front of Bautista and Edwin. But I don't think Tito would mess with the top three at this point in time. Really, the top four.
He'd just fine fifth.
I like fifth. I like fifth a lot.
I have no problem with fifth. I have no problem. Just put him in it.
The 1-1 in the dirt. Scooped nicely by Gomes. 2 balls and a strike.
But
yep.
I would throw in, because it's turf in Tampa, and I know that was a concern for the medical staff. You may be right. Maybe you wait till the team gets home. I know he wants to play, but they may hold off. But Tito says he wants him here as soon as he's ready.
Yeah.
So we'll pay attention to this.
The 2-1. Upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Alex Gordon, a ground out his first time up. As I said before, he's been ripping it pretty good against right-handed pitching here of late. And it looks like, Rick, remember Cal Ripken, they used to call him a man of 1,000 stances. For years, Alex Gordon looked exactly the same in the batter's box. But our last trip to Kansas City and here today, I'm noticing just a little bit of a different setup in his approach with his hands, trying to find something.
He used to keep his hands away from his body. Now they're a little closer than what they used to be, but he's trying to get that pullback.
Wow, what a pitch by Pletko. Buried it right in the bottom of the strike zone, and Gordon gave up on it. And that's a called third. Big second out for Adam Pletko.
Let me see this pitch, because I don't think Gordon was happy with it, but that was a good pitch. It was at the knees. It didn't move. It was a tracer. See, he thought he had ball 4.
Well, with 2 down, brings up Hunter Dozier. He drove one to deep center his first time up. He's got good power. We saw it in Kansas City when he and Ryan O'Hearn hit back-to-back home runs to end that first game in the series against the Indians in walk-off fashion. Flared to right. Melky Cabrera will make the catch. Middle of the third. It's Kansas City 1, Cleveland nothing.
Well, the MLB Ballpark app is presented by KeyBank. The app lets you conveniently purchase, access, and forward your Indians tickets directly on your mobile device. Then have it scanned for entrance to the ballpark. No need to print tickets.
Bottom of the third. Bottom third of the order due for Cleveland. Jason Kipnis, Yan Gomes, and Greg Allen.
Junis has made quick work in the first 2 innings.
Well, as you pointed out, he works quickly.
Yeah.
Kipnis goes after the first pitch, high in the air to left field, but just onto the front edge of the warning track. Alex Gordon is there for out number 1. Tune in tomorrow after Indians Live postgame for the Tribe Report presented by GMC. Ashley Collins will give you an inside look around Progressive Field. Lots of news and information about the Josh Donaldson trade and the GMC plays of the week. It's all coming up tomorrow night on the Tribe Report. Yan Gomes. Gomes has batted .400 against Kansas City pitching this year with 3 homers and 9 runs batted in, and over his last 8 games period he's batted .400. So he's locked into that number.
Yeah, he's been getting himself in good hitters counts. He's been patient at the plate. He's been using the whole field.
The 2-1. Junis, a good fastball, evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he throws it by him again. Second strikeout for the Royals right-hander. 8 up, 8 down.
I'll tell you what, the last 2 pitches, John had pitches to hit. There's a fastball that's right there. And he swings through it. I mean, he just challenged. There's a 92-mile-an-hour heater.
Okay, so let me ask you, and this, I don't want this to sound like we're doing any discredit to Junis.
No, but
is that an example of what the dog days of August can do to you? I mean, I know we're into September now, but you see the pitch, you think you react, but you're just not quite there.
I don't know if that's what you call the dog days. I mean, he's throwing strikes. He's not. I thought he threw maybe a little bit harder the last time we faced him, but he's coming back. He's been pitching well. He's being aggressive. He's saying, you know what? Here's a pitch to hit. If you're going to hit me, I don't discredit it and say, because Gomes has been hot.
Yeah, 91-92, but it was like pow. It's
yes, maybe it gets on him a little quicker than it looks like it does from what we're watching. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive to hitters and say, let's see you get this pitch. He had 2 good fastballs in that at-bat to hit, and he didn't hit them.
That one went behind Greg
Got him
Allen,
on the foot.
actually hit him on the back foot, I think, back heel. And he's aboard. That's the first base runner to reach for Cleveland.
Came on a breaking ball right there, and it didn't get him. It barely got him. But you're going to get your first base runner, and there you see that breaking ball goes in. It went past his front foot, and it looked like on the back. Yeah, it caught him on the back heel. That breaking ball, it missed his front foot. It looked like it was going right for it, and then just kept going and got him on the back heel.
So Francisco Lindor to the plate. Outside, ball 1.
He was able to get Frankie on that breaking ball in his first at-bat. Got him to chase one in the dirt. But he's throwing 2 different kind of fastballs. So he's throwing a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seamer, and the breaking ball. Haven't really seen a changeup yet.
And a foul right back. Fastball, but it was just off the plate. Greg Allen, the runner at first base.
Matt, Rick, last year we saw or watched with Jose Ramirez, he got to 29 home runs and his swing changed a little bit and it played out a little bit in the playoffs. Francisco Lindor has been sitting on that number for a while. Do you guys think there's anything to that right now?
I think there very well could be. Yes.
And he's a guy that doesn't try to hit home runs, as we know.
No, but I agree.
I
agree. I think he's been trying to do maybe a little too much.
I do as well. And the other thing that I know is his buddy Javi Baez over in Chicago.
Yeah, got his 30th.
Yes, and I know that they were. I'm not saying they were racing for it, but I know they pay attention to each other's numbers.
Well, his last home run came August 8th.
There you go.
And there's a base hit into center field. Allen will hit the bag. He'll hold right there. Now the ball's kicked by Goodwin, and he'll easily make it to third.
Well, that'll be a hit and an error then. That's the swing, Andre. Right there. Stay on it. Take a couple of those knocks up the middle like that. Keep it going. And Allen was going to hold up until Goodwin in center field came in and booted this ball. It rolled up his glove and his arm, and by that time, Greg got it started again. Once he stopped, and then nope, kick it in gear. Here we go. Doesn't take long for him to get started, so he gets to third base.
So with 2 down, Indians at first and third, and Michael Brantley the batter. Brantley scorched a line drive right at the second baseman with Merrifield, his first time up. The 5th best hitter in the American League at home, a .336 mark here at Progressive Field this year. Lindor takes off. Here's the throw. Gallagher. They got him in a rundown. Lindor's hoping that Greg Allen can get going home. And now they throw home, and Allen is out at the plate. Well executed by Kansas City, and the inning is over. So it remains Kansas City 1, Cleveland nothing. We've played 3 innings here at Progressive Field. Ryan O'Hearn will lead off for the Royals. Grounded out his only time up. Fastball strike from Adam Pletko. Try to hold up. And it's 0-2. O'Hearn hitless in his last 7 at bats, but still hitting over 300 in his previous 10 games. Just a bit outside, not a bad idea. Try to tempt him. In the dirt. Full count. That ball is crushed. Straightaway center field, and it is gone. Ryan O'Hearn's 8th home run of the season and his 2nd against the Indians makes it 2-0 Kansas City. He just went down and golfed this pitch straight to center field.
Well, he'll get his 8th homer. Letko gives up his 2nd. 2 solo shots. Look at the location. Again, down and in, right into the wheelhouse of the left-hander O'Hearn. Straightaway center. That didn't take long to get out. Just over the fence. Kansas City 2-0.
And Jorge Bonifacio, the batter, homered his first time up. And a fastball strike. Bonifacio has now hit in 6 straight games, going 9 for his last 18. Good change of pace with the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. You can see him out in front of it. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. And that's 3 Ks for Pletko. 1 down here in the 4th inning. Another look at the home run on StatCast AI, powered by AWS. Got out of here in a hurry.
I don't like that sign that says hang time. There wasn't much of a hang time. That was a line shot to get it out of straightaway center.
Brian Goodwin, a ground out his first time up. And a fastball up out of the zone. Two balls and a strike to count on Goodwin. And he jolts one to right field. Melky Cabrera will play it on a hop. And Goodwin with a 1-out single. Time for a game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, thanks. Let's head down to Houston, where the Minnesota Twins taking on the Astros. Alex Bregman, first inning, his 28th home run of the season. Houston has a 4-1 lead now. There are 2 outs in the 9th inning, and the Minnesota Twins have 2 runners on. We'll see what happens there, guys. But if the Astros hold on, that magic number will drop down to 12.
Thank you, Al. Adalberto Mondesi batting for Kansas City with a runner at first and 1 out. He doubled his first time up.
Yeah, he hung a breaking ball to Mondesi. He was able to turn on it and hit it down in the right field corner. They have 5 hits, and 3 of the 5 have been extra base hits.
Foul tip into the glove of Gomes. 1-2. Mondesi is making his 34th start at shortstop. Only he and the on-deck guy are the only Royals to start at that position since September 26th, 2015. Swing and a miss, pulled the string on him nicely. 4th strikeout for Pletko, and there are 2 down. Well, if you're enjoying a cold one, stay tuned later in the game for our Miller Lite Hold True moment. Alcides Escobar to the plate, struck out his first time up.
Oh, he had a flinch. He looked like he might have been going there first pitch.
Tapper right back to Pletko. An easy play should end the inning, and it does. Kansas City, a pair of solo homers today. They lead it 2-0, middle of the 4th.
You'll receive access to potential 2018 postseason games right here at Progressive Field. Place your deposit today to secure your place at Indians.com.
For the Indians here in the home half of the 4th, Michael Brantley will lead it off. He was at the plate with 2 on and 2 out in the 3rd. When Francisco Lindor started what appeared to be a stolen base attempt, then stopped. Greg Allen then tried to come home on the back end and was eventually thrown out.
Yeah, I didn't like that with Brantley hitting, especially his first at bat when he hit a rocket, a line drive for an out. I could see if you get to 2 strikes, then you can try that play, but not when Brantley's at the plate and you ran yourself out of an inning.
Well, and especially the way that this offense is going right now, and it's something we talked about at the top of the telecast. I mean, they're not exactly hitting on all cylinders. 3 runs or less 3 times in the last 5 games, 5 times in the last 10 games. So for whatever reason, they're just not clicking, and a lot of it. And look, I don't think it's fair to point the finger at 2 people. But with Lindor and Ramirez not swinging the bat that well, it's like the whole offense is just gone
shut down
flat. Ramirez a ground out his first time up.
And Matt, because of what you just said, Tito is going through the conundrum of when to sit and rest Jose and Frankie and when to keep playing them. And he said today, I want to get them in a rhythm before we start giving them a rest right now. And the thing you said, Rick, was talked about with Frankie in the last inning.
Yeah, I mean, that really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Well, and I think that's part of letting young players be aggressive on the base paths. But the conversation was had, hey, when you got a good hitter up there that just swung it good,
yeah, give him 2 strikes.
Right. They're still young.
No, I understand that, but you know, you go through these things like that, but they have to be discussed, which is fine. They learn from it. You go about it.
And talking about rest, Tito gave the perfect example of giving Edwin a day off yesterday because of the hand and everything else. He said a day would help him, so they gave it to him yesterday. He says when Frankie and Jose get to that point, they'll do the same for them. But until they ask, he's going to let them play and get them out of the funks that they're in.
You know, like I know, they're not going to ask. You know that.
No, they are not.
I know, and they've got a 14-game lead, so you know it's up to the skipper.
Ramirez waves at it, and he goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout for Junis, 2 down in the inning.
Let's go back to that double steal on the first pitch, and you see it's not that Junis is easy to run on. He's quick to the plate, and Kansas City did a great job of this rundown. They made Lindor commit one way, and Allen was a little hesitant to get off the base. I don't know if he knew that Frankie was running. You know, he's got to know that, hey, I'm trying to steal a base here. And who's that, Raj over there talking to him?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the base stealer of the bunch, so he should be. Now, I don't know if Allen knew that Frankie was running on that pitch.
That is the conversation. The one thing I would ask you, Arch and Matt, got a left-handed first baseman running the second. Wouldn't you rather go home when he's running the second than when the ball gets to the shortstop and he's right-handed?
That might be what they're talking about.
I think that's part of it. Yes.
I think, yes, that's a good point, Andre, but he has to know that he's stealing.
And I think the other thing they're saying to Greg is when you see that, rather than going back to the base,
come to
lead.
the plate.
He didn't have a lead. He was going back to third.
Right.
To show that again, and he didn't move away from there for a while.
You got to come down the line, so if you see him throw through, that's when you break.
And all of these things are talked about and magnified because they have 1 hit.
Well, but when you do something like that and it doesn't work, you still have to do it for the next time it happens. You know.
I'm talking about us, not them talking about it. I'm talking about us talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the fact that this offense just isn't generating many opportunities. And Encarnacion rolls one to short. Mondesi throws him out. They go in order for the 3rd time in 4 innings. And it's 2-0 Kansas City. Buy the 2019 Kia Sorento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. A warm, sunny Labor Day here in downtown Cleveland, but the Royals so far having all the fun. They lead at 2-0. Fifth inning, Cam Gallagher leads off. He singled his first time up. Gallagher, truly from a baseball family. His brother Austin was a third-round pick of the Dodgers back in '07. His dad, Glenn, was a third-round pick of the Toronto Blue Jays in 1981. The 1-1. In 1984, which was his dad, Glenn Gallagher's last year in the minor leagues with the Blue Jays. In 1984, he was at Class A in the Carolina League, and his teammate was a young man who would hit 28 home runs that year and make his major league debut the following season. Cecil Fielder.
Oh, yeah.
Swung out and missed. Gallagher goes down. And that's 5 Ks now for Pletko. One out here in the 5th.
Well, that's a pitch that Adam really needs, is that curveball to slow down. He can locate it down there, take him off the fastball. He's also mixed in his changeup today, but that was a very good breaking ball. So the Twins have been beaten today. It's official.
Magic number for the Indians down to 12. Curveball in for a strike. Merrifield 0 for 2 is grounded out, fly to right. Low and away. Merrifield was named Kansas City's player of the month for August. After all, he hit .358. He had 39 hits in the month, just 2 off the major league lead. Fouled right back. Now the 2-2 from Pletko is just a bit high and a full count. Cubs Brewers tied 3-3 there in the ninth. Big game for Milwaukee. They've it's not necessarily their last stand, but they almost have to win if they have any hopes of catching the Cubs. 2 down. Great clip of the game from yesterday. Melky Cabrera on the fly.
Yeah, that one was just a tick under 95 miles an hour. What a great throw that was. All the way in the air. Beautiful.
Another big game in Oakland where the A's lead the Yankees 4-3. Oakland began the day just 2.5 back of Houston in the West. The Yankees 7.5 back of Boston in the East. But more importantly, the Yankees and the A's are the top 2 wild card teams. Seattle 5.5 back. So Seattle, they're just a bystander hoping it.
Yeah, you got to hope for other people.
They've actually got to pull for New York because they're closer to Oakland.
Sure.
They got a better chance of catching the A's. They're at home tonight against Baltimore. So
yeah, that was a pivotal game for Seattle yesterday to try and beat Oakland, and Oakland, you know, they smoked them, so they lost their chance. Now they got to hope against them.
Up and away, 2-2 to Gordon. He's grounded out, struck out. came in batting just .214 against Cleveland pitching this year. Just foul. Boy, he almost shot that right over the bag.
I think he did that to us once while we were in Kansas City the last time. Shot one down the third baseline when they had him shifted way over in pull position.
Two. Swung on and missed. He got him with a high curveball. And that's a half dozen Ks for Plutko. Kansas City goes 1-2-3 for just the second time in 5 innings. Out there on the home run porch, looking for some action. The Indians have just 1 hit through 4 innings. It'll be Alonso Cabrera and Kipnis due up here in the bottom of the 5th. 85 degrees at game time. And it's going to be hot through, looks like, the remainder of the week. Indians and Royals will be back in action tomorrow night for a 7 o'clock start and then a 1 o'clock series finale on Wednesday.
Yeah, it starts cooling down after we leave.
Down low. Broken bat, and it's going to be placed perfectly. Yonder Alonso has the Indians' 2nd hit of the game, and they have their leadoff man aboard for the first time.
Yeah, that's the difference. Now you get the leadoff man aboard, see if you can manufacture anything.
Tomorrow night, Mike Clevenger goes for the Indians, and our coverage begins with Indians Live at 6:30. Right here on Sports Time Ohio and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. There is Clev. Danny Duffy will go for Kansas City. Right now it's Melky Cabrera who looks at a pitch up high, ball 1. And that was generous. Called a strike. It's 1-1. Down there in what used to be the visitors' bullpen. Right field. Melke shoots one right center field deep. Back goes Goodwin, makes the over-the-shoulder catch. That one kind of sliced right back towards Goodwin.
Yeah, he had a pretty good jump on the baseball. And let's watch his jump. He's cutting it off and then just going to break back a couple of steps and right in his tracks. Hit well by Cabrera, but goes for an out.
And Jason Kipnis now to the plate. Fly to left his first time up. Fastball, bottom of the zone for a strike. That's outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Kipnis has 10 hits in his last 24 at bats. 3 doubles, 3 home runs. And a foul ball. Puts him in the hole 1-2. Jacob Junis, 58 pitches, 37 of those for strikes. He's been aggressive and he's been expedient.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around out there. He gets out there, he gets the ball, he gets it and throws it. And throws a lot of strikes.
And when he gets ahead of you, he gets you to chase.
Yeah, he was helped out there.
4th strikeout for the right-hander, 2 down.
Start dead batteries with NOCO.
Yan Gomes to the plate. Runner at first, 2 down. Gomes struck out his first time up. A foul off the bat. No balls, 2 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
Bounced in there. Nice job by Gallagher to smother.
Surprised they threw him a breaking ball there because, again, we talked about in his first at bat, he threw 2 fastballs by him as he did the pitch before that breaking ball, but he maybe wanted to take him off the fastball. Here it comes. Fastball away.
Now the 2-2 and a foul back. Two singles for the Indians so far, and that's been it.
Junis snapped a streak of 33 2/3 homerless innings in his last outing against Detroit, even though he had the complete game. But boy, I mean, he keeps the ball in the ballpark. His ERA is very good.
That's been the biggest change, I think, for him this year.
He got 219. There he goes. He's got him swinging.
5th K for Junis. 5 2-hit shutout innings for the Royals right-hander. And it remains 2-0 Kansas City. At Edgewater Park. Don't miss the Glow-tastic Night Ride presented by Cover My Meds that will light up the Cleveland Memorial Shoreway. You can register at neocycle.org. And leading off for Kansas City is Hunter Dozier, 0 for 2. 2-0 Royals, a pair of solo home runs, one by Jorge Bonifacio in the second, one by Ryan O'Hearn in the fourth. O'Hearn waits on deck. Dozier punches one into left center. Greg Allen cutting it off. Royals have their leadoff man aboard. Mid-game recap brought to you by our local Toyota dealers. Here they are. The home runs by Bonifacio first with one out in the second. He smoked it into the bleachers and left. Into the vomitory. And then in the fourth, a leadoff smash by O'Hearn. He went down and golfed that one straight out the center. That's been it. Adam Plutko has pitched well. He has struck out 6. But so far, Jacob Junis has been better with 2-hit shutout baseball. Rocked deep right, goodbye. That is a 2-run blast by O'Hearn, his second home run of the game and his third home run against Indians pitching now of the 8 that he has hit on the season. So this youngster looks like he's got a pretty good future in Kansas City.
This looked like it might have been a changeup. They hit fastballs out earlier. Now here comes, let's see, a changeup down. Yes, out over the plate. And you can see it. It is a changeup, 83 miles per hour, and he just stayed back on it. And I mean, kept the head down and rocketed that ball out of here. So it's been scoring by the long ball for Kansas City. O'Hearn, his second. He has 9 now on the season, and that's a 4-0 Kansas City lead. Earl Willis going to go out and talk to Plutko, and that bullpen will get loose. 16 home runs allowed now by Adam Plutko. Here's the StatCast on it. 104.4 miles an hour going 393 feet. Rock. That's 2 runs.
First multi-homer game for O'Hearn as Otero and Olsen get loose in the Cleveland bullpen. Jorge Bonifacio to the plate.
Kansas City team was 3 for 9 the first time through the lineup, 2 for 9 the second, and now 2 for 4 that third time through.
He strikes him out. That's 7 now for Plutko. 1 away.
We're going to get a look at the location of all the home run pitches. There was a fastball down the middle right there that Bonifacio took advantage of, and then down for O'Hearn for his first one was a fastball, and then a changeup that was right there middle of the plate. It stayed up, and Plutko didn't even have to look. Put his head down, and he knew it. All 3 pitches they took advantage of down the pretty much a good part of the plate.
Ryan O'Hearn, an 8th round pick 4 years ago by the Royals, getting a chance to make his major league debut this season, and the Texas native has really made an impact. And you know, at 6'3", 2 1/4, he kind of he fills out that mold of what you're looking for as far as a left-handed slugger is concerned. 2 down.
For O'Hearn, didn't he tie the game in the 9th inning in Kansas City one night? And then Dozier ended up walking it off.
Yeah, how did it work? It was one after the other.
He hit it to left center. I mean, to left field. He went the oppo to tie it.
Yeah, he hit
and
the
then
first
Dozier
one.
came back and went to right center to win it.
Those two could be around for a while, you would think, in Kansas City. You know where they're at right now as far as rebuilding, and why wouldn't you go with your young players, especially if they're showing promise like this?
They have to get a good look at the talent they have in their organization and moving forward.
Popped in the air, but it's going to go back over the screen.
And knowing their general manager, Dayton Moore, he's going to want to get a good look. He's got to be patient with this team, which you know he will be. Now, whether Ned Yost is going to be around, or even if he wants to manage, you know, and try and start all over again is the question, I think. We'll find out in the offseason.
Upstairs.
The numbers on Adam Plutko against opposing teams. That first time through the lineup, he averages out to a 191 average. It moves up to 274 the second time, and then 298 the third time.
Plutko strikes him out. He fans 2 in the inning, but not before the Royals tack on 2. They've hit 3 homers today. They lead it 4-0. Greg Allen, Frankie Lindor, Michael Brantley due up. The Indians have been limited to 2 singles by right-hander Jacob Junis. And a fastball strike gets the right-hander ahead. High fly ball, left field. Back goes Gordon, still going back on the track, makes the catch. T-Mobile built for baseball. Jacob Junis coming into today, and you mentioned this, he's keeping the ball in the ballpark. And the top 5 pitchers, or the bottom 5 pitchers, depending on how you look at it, in terms of surrendering the highest opponent slugging percentage this year, Bartolo Colon's the worst. The next 3 are all Baltimore Orioles. and then Jacob Junis.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, he's made an adjustment because he isn't giving up the long ball and the extra base hits. Not with the same frequency that he was earlier.
Well, and the Indians have really pummeled him this year. He's 0-2 in his career with an 8 ERA. But I'll tell you what, he's been in command, control, coming off a complete game against Detroit. He works quickly. He's throwing strikes. He hasn't walked anybody, and he has 5 strikeouts.
Lindor 1 out of 2. Base hit his first time up. Smoked, but foul.
Send along a happy birthday wish to Charles Palenko, turning 81 today. Happy birthday, and watch him turn on this one that's a little bit foul. That was a mistake pitch there. But Frankie out in front a little too quickly.
Shoots it to third, and it's corralled by Alcides Escobar. And Lindor just barely beaten by the throw, 2 down. And brings up Michael Brantley. Oakland has added to their lead over the Yankees 5-3 A's in the 5th. Brantley. Foul by inches down that right field line.
Another ball hit on the nose, and you can see it was clearly a foul ball. Not by much, though. That would have been his 35th double.
Brantley down 0-2. Time was called just as Junis was about to go into his delivery. In the dirt, full count. Junis has retired 9 of the last 10. The payoff pitch. A topper to first. And for the 4th time in 6 innings, the Indians go 1-2-3. your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Well, the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made by Terry Francona. Dan Otero will come on to pitch here in the 7th inning. Adam Pletko went 6. He allowed 4 runs on 7 hits, didn't walk a batter, struck out 8. His only downfall today, the long ball. He allowed 3 home runs, 2 solo shots, and a 2-run homer, counting for all 4 KC runs. Dan Otero has the bottom part of the order. The 8 and 9 hitters, Alcides Escobar and Cam Gallagher, and then Whit Merrifield due up 3rd. All 3 right-handed bats. And Otero starts him off with a slow breaking ball. Strike 1. Escobar 0 for 2 on the day. He's been really hot too, even though his playing time has dwindled. Last 19 games since August the 2nd, he's hit .349 coming into today. And Otero makes quick work of him, strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Oh, he sure does. Slow breaking ball and a couple of sinkers right there. Well, get KeyBank Kids tickets starting at $15 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. Kids tickets are located in the family deck here at the ballpark and are only available at Indians.com/kids ticket.
Cam Gallagher singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. OT is a strike throwing machine. 4 for 4. That's a good pitch. Called a ball. 2-1. That one missed for sure. 3-1. Chop to short. Lindor with a big hop and a good throw. 2 down.
Start dead batteries with NOCO.
Number 15, Whit Merrifield.
Kansas City, as an offense before the All-Star break, was averaging just 3.5 runs a game. Big reason why they were just so bad going into the All-Star break. But since then, 5 games below 500 as a team, and they're averaging a run more per game.
Big difference, isn't it? You get to that 4.5 number, it makes a big difference. You know, they're not blessed with the best bullpen in the world either. They have had some issues with their starting pitching, but you need a little bit of offense to win games in this league.
Well, that's why, you know, if you look at Kansas City and, you know, you look ahead, Whit Merrifield's 29. He's the guy. I mean, he's the key guy for them going forward. Hunter Dozier's 27. Ryan O'Hearn 25. Bonifacio's 25. And Adalberto Mondesi's 23. So they've got some good young, not kids, but, you know, guys that still have really good years you would think ahead of them.
It's their turn to step up.
Yeah. But to your point, do they have enough pitching to go with it to really make it a contending team? That'll be maybe something for the offseason to address for Kansas City.
Well, they certainly need help in the bullpen.
2 balls and 2 strikes. They count on Merrifield, who is 0 for 3 today. Cracked his bat. And we'll do it again. Not the first one of those Otero has broken in his career.
No, and Merrifield's probably upset, thinking I wanted this bat to last all road trip because we got to go to Minnesota, but he's going to have a new one. But you know, he's on a streak currently of reaching safely in 22 consecutive games, which is the second longest active streak in the majors. So
did he go? No, Joe West says he held up in a full count. That was close.
Check it out from the side, and you can see he thought about it, said nope.
Now the 3-2. And a ground ball to third. Backhanded by Ramirez. Long throw. What a play by Hosey from foul territory. A long throw on one hop. A perfect bounce to Alonso. And they retire Merrifield for the 4th time today. Time now for our Miller Lite Hold True moment.
O'Hearn had himself a day. Gets a fastball in his first at bat and hit a home run. And then comes back and doubles up and hits a 2-run homer on a changeup to right center field.
Before the game today, Indians owner Paul Dolan presented Francois McGillicuddy of Fox Sports Ohio and Sports Time Ohio the award for Regional Sports Network of the Year, which was presented recently at the Synopsis Media Awards. So congratulations to everybody associated with Sports Time Ohio, Fox Sports Ohio, all of the fine folks who do all the work behind the scenes especially. Well done. Jose Ramirez will lead off for Cleveland. Pulls one foul. Ramirez is 0 for 2. In the dirt.
That's the thing. He's been able to get the Indians to swing at a lot of his changeups or curveballs in the dirt or maybe out of the strike zone. And he's located his fastball pretty well.
Kansas City's bullpen is quiet. He's sitting at just 79 pitches on the day, but this is the third time through the order. So you would think if the Indians have any hopes of getting to him, this would be it.
Yeah, he usually has a .353 batting average with 10 home runs a third time through.
2-2.
So we'll see what gives today.
The Royals have corralled Ramirez all season long. He's just 9 for 48 against Kansas City pitchers. There's a ball hit the deep center. Back goes Goodwin. Still going back. Makes the catch. Middle of the track. One away. Good play by Ramirez defensively to end the top half of this inning.
Yeah, that's with the Merrifield running who gets down the line very well, you've got to catch and get rid of it quickly. And he's going away from the play, so he made a beautiful one right there.
Merrifield upset. Ramirez took a hit away from him. Ramirez upset. Then he hit a ball hard, hit it to deep center, but it died. Edwin pops one up. Foul. Let's see, is it playable? Gallagher to the screen. No. The 1-1. And a fastball in there for a strike. Two balls and two strikes. Edwin pops one up. Yeah, this is playable.
Elevated it enough, and
2 down.
Gallagher was looking at third base saying, okay, that you can get that. It's a little too high for me.
Hey, go get out your phone and go check out Sports Time Ohio on Twitter. You can relive and share great moments, get game updates, hear from players before and after games. Just follow Sports Time Ohio on Twitter. Yonder Alonso is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Down low, ball 1. Junis evens up the count at 1-1. Yonder the last man to reach in this game for Cleveland. A leadoff single in the 5th.
Yeah, that's only the second hit, and he broke his bat on the hit.
Sounded like he broke another bat. This one's a foul ball, and he'll go get a new piece of lumber.
Yeah, that'll be his third of the day. He has them all oiled up and ready to go, though.
in the dirt. Full count for Alonso with Melky Cabrera waiting on deck.
Yeah, I think this is a big pitch for Junis here, only because if he can get out of this inning, you know he can go one more with his pitch count. But if you walk him and you keep it going, we'll see. He's at 92 pitches. Coming off a complete game against Detroit, where he threw 106 pitches in his last, or excuse me, 104 in his last start.
And down goes Alonso. 7 complete. 4-0 Kansas City.
Mowing down the Tribe right now, 4-0, only 2 hits for the Tribe. Welcome back to center field along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pawlowski, and boy, Junis looking pretty good today.
Been the Ryan O'Hearn show offensively. I mean, 9 homers in 24 Major League games. Kansas City offense took advantage of all the mistakes Adam Pleco made today.
Well, the Indians have 6 more outs to try to get that offense going. Join us after the game. Indians Live is brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Let's head back upstairs. Here's Matt and Rick.
Thank you, Al and Jensen. We go now to the 8th inning. And the Indians go to the bullpen. John Edwards will come on and pitch for the 2nd time this year. And a right-hander as the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup for Kansas City. Gordon fouls a fastball back.
Edwards has pitched 1 game for the Indians, and it was Saturday against Tampa.
High fastball, and he chased after it. Fouled back. Edwards was originally a St. Louis Cardinals 14th round draft pick out of high school in 06, but he was an outfielder. He played his first 5 years in pro ball as an outfielder. Down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But then the Cardinals released him after the 2010 season. Never really got above A ball. Then went to the independent leagues. Didn't hit much there. And he pitched a couple of games in independent ball. And then he had a tryout with the Rangers And they said, what do you think about pitching?
Again,
and
how many times have we said that this year?
And he made the change and just hey, let's see where this goes. Strike 3 called. Edwards painting the outside corner with that fastball to get Gordon for out number 1. Go down to Andre.
Well, as the Indians bullpen kind of gets reconstructed as they prepare for October, one guy that you may not see as much as you've seen in the last few months is Oliver Perez. Terry Francona says he wants to be careful with how he uses him. He's become so comfortable using him that he doesn't want to overuse him at this point in time because of how much he's used him since he came to the club. Also, Andrew Miller has thrown. He threw yesterday on flat ground about 75 feet. He'll throw again tomorrow, and Tito feels like they're in a good track with where he is as he's getting ready to come off the disabled list.
No doubt it's an important piece to the puzzle.
Oh, absolutely. You have to have. Andre, do you know when he's due to come off the disabled list?
Give me a
long fly ball hit deep to left, and that one's not coming back.
These boys, it's all about the long ball today for Kansas City.
4th home run of the afternoon for the Royals, and Hunter Dozier with his 9th of the year, and he's 2 for 4 here this afternoon, and it's now 5-0 Kansas City.
Dozier hits his 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Boy, he gets down and into his wheelhouse, and he gives it a long ride. So he hit his 9th, 4th home run for the Royals this afternoon.
Bouncer foul. Ryan O'Hearn, the big bat for Kansas City today. 2 home runs, a solo shot on the 4th, and a 2-run homer in the 6th. Salvador Perez leads the Royals in home runs with 23. Whit Merrifield is second with 11. And then Alex Gordon is third with 10. Then you have Hunter Dozier and Ryan O'Hearn, who both have 9. And combined, I don't think they played as many games as those other 3 guys have. So that's why what I was saying before was that, you know, these guys, O'Hearn, Dozier, they got a chance to show Kansas City that they belong for next year.
Well, Kansas City came into the game, they're 13th in the league in home runs. They have 130 now, hitting the 4 today. And these young kids, man, they've got nothing to do but play loose and fight for jobs for next year, man, in the month of September. We'll end up finishing the schedule against the Royals this year. What's it, 4 in Kansas City?
Yes, sir. The 2-2. And O'Hearn shoots at the left. That's going to get down and go to the wall.
This kid's had a day, boy.
3 hits for O'Hearn, all extra bases, as he doubles with 1 out here in the 8th.
Yeah, 10 total bases on the day. Solo shot, 2-run shot, and he does a nice job of just shooting the ball the other way here on a pitch down in the zone and away. That's really a good pitch. I got to tell you, that's give him credit. He hit that ball the other way. You get a double. Tip your cap to that young man.
Well, you know, the thing about Kansas City is for years we thought of them as a team that didn't have power. They had to be, doubles, run the bases well, outpitch you, but they're starting to find their stroke. 19 home runs last 9 games. Now that doesn't mean anything, but going forward maybe it does. Maybe it means that they'll have a club that has a little bit of a different complexion than what we're used to seeing as far as how they're made up and how they go about hitting the long ball.
And see, they don't know that yet because they're kids. You got to see how they, how they work out up here at this level, and they get around, and teams get to know what you know, their swings. We're going to get to see a lot of them next year. Let's put it that way. We know that.
Jorge Bonifacio, 1 out of 3. He started the scoring with a home run in the 2nd inning. Just his 2nd of the year. The 0-1 is a nice off-speed pitch to get him out in front. Just a bit outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Jorge Bonifacio with that home run, extending his hitting streak to 6 games. Honor Dozier is also hitting 6 in a row. Out of play as he yanks it foul. Edwards delivers, and a swing and a miss. Down goes Bonifacio. 2nd out of the inning.
To the plate now for the Royals, number 25.
That's going to bring up Brian Goodwin, who is 1 for 3 with a base hit back in the 4th inning. Two games left on this homestand, with a night game tomorrow, 7 o'clock, and then a day game Wednesday, 1 o'clock, to wrap up the homestand. And the Indians will head out on a road trip, come back home for their final homestand of the year, and then one last road trip to finish. That's how fast the rest of this season is going to go. Nothing into the count on Goodwin. Goodwin just did get a piece of that to stay alive.
Well, for Edwards, a 23-pitch inning here, trying to get through it and keep it just a 5-0 game.
To center field, Greg Allen runs it down. Kansas City's 4th home run of the afternoon has the Royals in front 5-0. is the new pitcher for Kansas City. 41st appearance of the year. What a start by Jacob Junis. He went 7 2-hit shutout innings, did not walk a batter, struck out 6.
He was very good. He was 0-2 against the Indians in his career coming in, but he's certainly not going to lose this one and has an opportunity to win it. Second straight. Very good start.
Melky Cabrera will lead it off for Cleveland. He is 0 for 2. He's hit the ball hard both times up today, but nothing to show for it. Last time up, he drove one to deep center. I guess the first time up, he didn't really hit it hard. It was a soft liner to third base. Kind of an inside-out swing back in that second inning when he was hitting from the left side of the plate. But this guy's been locked in. We had one to hit there and fouled it back. Wow, down at his feet, knocked him to the dirt.
Looked like that breaking ball, back foot breaking ball, where he had to get out of the way. Almost got him on the toe.
And a ground ball to short. Big hopper from Mondesi. One down. Looking back at the storylines brought to you by Ford Dealers. Whit Merrifield came in red hot. They have shut him down today, but the long ball has hurt the Indians. And Edwin, despite coming in swinging the bat really well, has also been handcuffed today. Jason Kipnis 0 for 2. Looks at a fastball outside. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Punches one toward left. Gordon, a long run, and he tracks it down. 2 away. So Yan Gomes to the plate. There's a high drive, deep right, back is Bonifacio. He says he's got room, he does. And for the 6th time in 8 innings, the Indians go 1-2-3. may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Well, it's been a rough day for the Indians, down 5-0. They have not been able to do anything offensively, and Kansas City has beat them at their own game, which is hitting the home run ball. 4 home runs, 3 solo shots, and 1 2-run homer for Kansas City, accounting for all of the scoring in this game.
Leading off for Kansas City will be the shortstop Alberto Mondesi.
Leading off at Alberto Mondesi, 1 out of 3. He doubled in the second inning. Neil Ramirez, the 4th pitcher of the game for Cleveland. Goes hacking 1-1. Heated up and blew it by him. Foul ball. Mondesi just trying to spoil pitches to stay alive.
And he's doing just that. Mondesi doubled in his first at bat, but struck out the next 2 times up.
Moved his feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Way outside. Full count. And a foul back again. Boy, Mondesi having an at-bat. This will be the 9th pitch by Ramirez coming up. Rifles it into right field. Cabrera trying to cut it off. He will. And he holds Mondesi to a long leadoff single.
Well, for Kansas City today, it's all about the long ball. It started early in the second inning. Then you come back in the 4th. They get their second one. Then their third one is going to be a 2-run homer. Both of those were earned. And then the 4th one, Dozier gets into the action. It's a solo shot. All 5 runs have come via the long ball. And Kansas City, not a big home run hitting team, but they have been recently.
Upstairs. This is hit the left down the line. It is a fair ball off the wall. Brantley throws to second, and he's going to hold Escobar to a long single. Mondesi, though, gets to third. And there are Royals at the corners with nobody out.
Well, if you watch him at home plate, he hit the ball and he knew it was going to be fair, but he didn't start running. It's almost like he took his bat down and it was going to stay fair. Watch him. He never gets out of the box. It should have been a double. He was watching it, thinking he might have had enough to hit a home run, but it hits low on the wall. But it goes as a single, so it's first and third. Watch it. Shook his hand, maybe stung a little bit. And by that time, he's not going to get to second base. But we always talk about doubles are made getting out of the batter's box.
Well, that's going to be interesting. Allen races in, makes the catch, tagging, no go for Mondesi. Ball gets away. Ramirez smartly there to back it up. So Cam Gallagher unable to get the run home from third, 1 down. And Whit Merrifield will get one more at bat. 0 for 4 today. Merrifield, a hit in 7 straight, reaching base safely in 22 in a row. Swings at the breaking ball, strike 1. Oakland now leads the Yankees 6-3. They're in the 7th inning. Out west, A's still batting with a couple aboard. Out of play, right side 0-2. Now the 1-2, foul back again. The 1-2 pitch. Knocked him back. In a matchup of division leaders, the AL East Red Sox beat the NL East Braves today, 8-2. 95th win of the year for the Red Sox. That pitch is high, full count. Interesting story though. The Red Sox are going to call up 37-year-old Brandon Phillips.
I saw that.
He signed a contract and played about 30 or so games down in AAA at Pawtucket. He's played second base, he's played third base, he's played all over the infield, and Alex Cora feels like he wants to be a part of this. We're going to bring him up. Runner goes, line to right, slicing, foul.
Well, that's his forte, going the other way. That ball just sliced a little bit foul at the end, and they had Escobar off and running on the full count pitch. And why wouldn't you? You know this guy's going to put it in play, or you would certainly think so.
Runner goes, 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, no throw.
Helped him out there.
So there are 2 down, and Alex Gordon to the plate, and Whit Merrifield is 0 for 5.
And his streak will be over. There comes a slider. It's a ball. It was off the plate, but he got it. He wanted to get that. He wanted to reach base. He had that string going. I guarantee he knew it. He's sitting there talking to himself right now. He would have got it.
Come on, find a hole.
But you expand your zone, and That's what happens. Boy, he feels terrible.
Alex Gordon is 0 for 4, struck out his last 3 times up. A 21 pitch inning for Ramirez. In search of that 3rd and final out. Mondesi at 3rd, Escobar at 2nd. By the way, we forgot to send a shout out to our good buddy Mike Swanson, Vice President of Communications for the Royals.
Right.
Got to throw off the ceremonial first pitch yesterday in honor of his 40 years in baseball.
Congratulations, Swanee.
He said he didn't know about it. They totally
surprised
him. He said it was like, wow, I didn't see that one coming.
That was good. If you can get him, that's good.
The 1-2. He said it kind of made it even better.
Yeah.
Because it just came out of nowhere. He did well, but after all that excitement, he can't make the road trip, so he's back home resting in Kansas
Right
City.
where he should be. 40 years of the game, he needs his rest.
Here's the 2-2 from Ramirez. Right back by him, but Lindor backs him up and throws out Gordon to end the inning. The Royals strand a pair. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 5-0 Kansas City. Back in the 7th inning, how about some great D by Jose Ramirez?
It certainly was a one-hop throw to get Merrifield at first base. He was 0 for 5 today. It stopped his string, or at least it helped stop it. Otero was happy. Very nice play by Ramirez.
That has been the only highlight today, really, for the Indians.
Yes, indeed. Just 2 hits today. Looking to avoid getting shut out for the 8th time this year. It'll be Greg Allen and then back to the top of the lineup. They'll have a new pitcher. Willie Peralta coming on for Kansas City.
Willie Peralta, there he is. He's got Greg Allen, Francisco Lindor, Michael Brantley. one was hit by a pitch. He was the first Indian to reach base. That was in the 3rd inning. Up high. 1-1. $20,536 turned out today on this Labor Day. But they have watched Kansas City come in here, and it's the Royals who look like the team that's running away with the Central Division. They have pitched well. They have swung the bats with authority. That is now 16 out of 17 Indians hitters retired by the Royals. Francisco Lindor drills one at 8 right field. Back is Bonifacio. Goodbye. The Indians break up the shutout on the 30th home run of the season for Lindor, and it's his 79th run batted in. Gets him on the board. It's a 5-1 ball game.
And that's his 30th home run of the year. 1 out into 9th. Nice short line drive stroke. So the Indians will not be shut out. There's a little fastball there. And you can see Frankie stayed back on it right down into his wheelhouse. And just the 3rd hit for the Indians.
Michael Brantley takes a strike, breaking ball in there. Brantley 0 for 3. Up and away. 1-1. Brantley's first at bat today was a line drive. Came off the bat over 100 miles an hour, and Whit Merrifield snagged it at second base. I don't know that the Indians hit another ball that hard until the home run by Lindor.
I would agree with you.
Now Peralta with a 1-2 to Brantley. And he socks one into right field. And so a 1-out single. Going to bring up Jose Ramirez. For Brantley. He came into the day 8th in the American League in batting average. So 1 for 4. He was batting .304. He's now staying right at that .304 mark. Jose Ramirez 0 for 3. Ramirez is 3rd in the American League in homers and runs batted in. But he has been quiet for a while. Just 1 homer, 6 runs batted in his last 17 games plus today. Outside, 2-0. A little momentum starting to build on the Cleveland side of things, but a long way to go. They're going to try to still make a game of this. 3-0. That's what you need. And the bullpen scrambling now for Kansas City.
Yeah, they were running all over the place to get loose. The left-hander Hill is up, side armor. But it's a 3-0 count. The last thing you want to do, or Ned Yost wants to see, is a free pass when you have a 4-run lead still.
And that's ball 4. So 2 on, 1 out. Edwin Encarnacion coming to the plate. And all of a sudden, the tying run moves to the on-deck circle. Out comes Cal Elder, the pitching coach. That home run by Lindor just gave the Indians a little bit of life. And Brantley followed with a line drive single, a 4-pitch walk to Ramirez. And now if Edwin can keep this train rolling, that'll put the bullpen for Kansas City into panic mode. We've got Brandon Maurer also getting loose in the KC bullpen. Hill's a left-handed side armor. You got to figure
he's out for
ready
Alonso
in case. Yeah, exactly. Here's Edwin. 0 for 3 today. And just 7 for 48 this year against Kansas City. And that's ball 1. Willie has now thrown more balls than strikes. And he might be squeezing the pill just a little too tight. Outside, 2-0.
Yeah, you almost have to take one here. That's 6 straight out of the strike zone. You certainly don't want to help him out, and he's having a tough time. You're right. That mouth is getting dry, and he's just right now trying to aim it.
The faithful have not given up hope. Two on, 1 out. 2-0 pitch to Edwin. 3-0, it bounced in there.
And he tried to throw the breaking ball there. They get him off the fastball to throw the breaking ball. Now look at Ned Yost. He doesn't know what to do. He's got to move around. Because this guy reaches and the tying run comes to the plate. Much like what happened yesterday. They had the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning after they were down 6-1. So same scenario here.
Now the 3-0 from Willie Peralta. And that's ball 4. Incredible. The bases are loaded. Peralta's day is over. He can't find home plate. And the tying run is coming to the plate. Ned Yost is going to his bullpen. He'll go to the left-hander Tim Hill. And we'll be back with drama unfolding here in Cleveland. Yandy Diaz has moved to the on-deck circle. He will bat for Yonder Alonso. The new pitcher is left-hander Tim Hill. 60th appearance on the year. 1 win, 4 losses, an ERA of 4.70.
Boy, is it getting interesting now.
The Indians have hit 9 grand slams on the year. They are tied with Cincinnati and Boston for the most in the majors. And in terms of batting average with the bases loaded, 347 for Cleveland, second only to Boston, who's hit 351. Yandy Diaz pinch hitting the tying run. Ball 1. For what it's worth, 3 of the Indians' 9 grand slams this year have come at the expense of the Kansas City Royals.
Oh my goodness.
And that one generously called a strike.
After 9 consecutive balls, they get a strike. And this might be helped out. Let's see. Yeah. It always amazes me how they can help out a guy when they haven't thrown a strike yet.
Diaz shoots it foul over the top of the Kansas City dugout. Melky Cabrera waiting on deck. Indians down 5-1. A homer by Lindor starting the rally, then a Brantley single, back-to-back walks to Ramirez and Edwin to load it up. And now Yandy Diaz facing Tim Hill. A 1-2 pitch, and he shoots it to second. One hop stab by Merrifield, and they turn 2 to end the game. Wow, Diaz scorched it. Merrifield made a heck of a stop, and that ball was hit so hard that once he corralled it, it was an easy double play to turn for Kansas City. And that'll end the ball game. The Royals hold on to win it 5-1.
Well, that's what they were looking for, but boy, I don't know. You never want to see it hit that hard. Diaz did what he had to do. Merrifield made the play. They were able to make the turn. The 2-for-1 ball gets them out of a jam, and they win the ball game 5-1. Oh, so close, though.
So Kansas City has won 6 in a row. They're 46-91. The Indians fall again. They're now 77-60. The Indians have now dropped 7 of their last 11, actually 8 of their last 12 if you want to go back even further. The winner will be Jacob Junis. He's 8-12. The loss to Adam Pletko, he is 4-5. The only good news today, the Twins lost, so the Indians' magic number is down to 12. So we'll be back with you tomorrow night for a 7 o'clock start when the Indians and the Royals continue this 3-game series. Time now for Indians Live post game. And guys, boy, the theme continues here. You love the fight, you love the spirit, but no offense once again until the very end of the ball game.
Yeah, that was the tough thing today, Matt. Just like yesterday, the Indians were down 6-0 in that game. They came back, they lost 6-4. Today they were down 5-0, score a run in the 9th with the Lindor homer. Load the bases, get the tying run to the plate, and Yandy Diaz smacked it on the nose. Just unfortunately a double play.
All you can ask from him. Outstanding at bat. You hit it right to the guy probably you don't want to hit it to, at least in the Royals infield.
Right.
But can't fault the effort. But what you have to do now is kind of take a look back these last 7 to 10 games. It seems the offense is just taking too much time, as Matty was talking about, to get going. Credit Jacob Junis. This guy has really turned it around the second half of the season. Been pretty masterful, speeding up, slowing down. Kansas City bullpen gets enough. Indians got to find a way to get this offense sparked much earlier in ball games.
We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few moments here on Indians Live. It's brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. We'll have Terry Francona on the show. We'll also have highlights and analysis from this afternoon. Kansas City wins their 6th straight. They take this afternoon's affair 5-1.